Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Fangirls Only. This week our special guest is Hudson Roberts.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hello.
How are y'all?
We're
Good.
good.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Okay, so before we start, do you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Sure. My name is Hudson Roberts. I'm 19. I go to college at Stephen F. Austin State University. I've been doing social media since I was like 15, so about 4 years. I'm in a fraternity. That's pretty much it.
That's cool. How long have you been on social media for, and what's the hardest part about it?
I've been on social media for about 5 years. I started doing like reaction videos on YouTube to like it was actually musically drama. Like the 14-year-old musically couples. It was like Annie LeBlanc and Hayden Summerall. I followed that pretty close, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know, I just reacted to that. So that's really what started it. But I got bullied pretty bad for that. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, honestly, looking back now, I'd probably bully myself for that. I mean, if I'm being honest. But I moved away. I took a break from social media for a little while. And then I got in some trouble when I was 16 at a New Year's party and I was grounded. And my mom only gave me my phone back. So I didn't really have anything to do. I couldn't hang out with friends. So that was right when TikTok started happening, started blowing up. So I downloaded it and I just started posting like thirst trap videos because I didn't know what else to post. I'm going to be honest. That was like the only thing that was really popping. So I did that for a couple of months and I grew to like 200,000 followers. And then I started posting like my relationship videos where I gave advice in my car before school about just anything that has to do with relationships and any way I thought I could help. And that really made my TikTok account blow up. I gained like 1 million followers in a week. And yeah, but through it all, I'd say the hardest part is probably just I would say people, like people changing. I could see it before my eyes, just the way people acted towards me, both in like a good way and a bad way. Like I saw my real friends get closer to me while like fake people started revealing themselves. So I guess that was probably the hardest thing was just seeing the people I thought I cared about, leave my life.
Mm-hmm. You sort of answered this, but why did you start your TikTok account?
Yeah, I'll go more in depth than that. It's a pretty funny story. So it was one of the first ever parties I ever went to, and it was my last high school party I ever went to. It was for New Year's. Like I said, I was 16, and one of my teammates was like, "Hey, I'm gonna throw like a little get together. It's not gonna be that big, whatever. It's just gonna be a couple of the guys just hanging out." Well, it wasn't a couple of the guys just hanging out. It got way out of hand super quick. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little under the influence, which was a bad decision, right? But I was in the front yard and the cops came up with no lights on and they got me and I got a ticket and I had to go to court and it's all cleared up now. So it's all good now, but that was a rough time. So I had nothing else to do but TikTok because I was grounded. I couldn't hang out with anybody.
Makes sense.
Okay, if you would collab with any influencer, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a great question. Um, any influencer, I'd probably say Josh Richards. Josh Richards, he is just such an icon, honestly, in the social media space. He's so successful. He's got his podcast. I'd love to be on that. I'd love to just sit down and talk with Josh and Dave Portnoy. I feel like that'd be super cool. He's just a businessman. I'd love to just know how he got so smart in the business scene just from starting off on TikTok, if that makes any sense. That's always really intrigued me because that's something I've always wanted to do myself. And I just don't really know where to start with that. And he seems to just have it all figured out. So I'd love to just hang out with him for a day.
Josh is really nice. I met him a few times.
Really?
Yeah,
How's that? He's cool.
yeah. He's like the same person online in like real life.
That's awesome. That's rare. That seems to be a rare thing on social media.
In your opinion, what are the biggest like pros of social media?
The biggest pros of social media, uh, the friendships, the connections. I love going live, honestly, because that gives me kind of a, I wouldn't say a one-on-one, but the most one-on-one online experience you can really get over social media. I love interacting with all my supporters, and I like meeting other creators as well. I've built some actually pretty close bonds over social media. I have people I call some of my best friends that I've never even met in real life, which is crazy to say, but it's just such a real friendship that that's what's so special about social media. It's just all the connections, all the friendships that you can make on.
For sure.
Okay. Do you have any advice for anyone who wants to be in the same industry as you, like social media?
I mean, I'm gonna give the same advice probably anyone in the social media space would give, was just be consistent. That's the biggest thing, honestly. If you want to blow up, post often, post every day, have a schedule. I would say lighting is also a very big key. People want to say have a better camera, but your camera is only as good as your lighting. So that's another thing I'd want to touch on. And I would say don't focus on the end goal. I'd say focus on enjoying yourself, because if you're so stressed out on where you want to be in 1, 2, 3 years down the road, you're not really going to enjoy your everyday tasks or your everyday activities, like actually having the creative process behind TikTok, sitting down, recording them. It just feels like a chore more than like an actual passion or a hobby.
Okay, what's your favorite type of content to make?
Favorite type of content? Anything? That's a good question. I've never gotten asked that. Um, well, I guess in my case, my favorite type of videos to make are when I'm in my car screaming at the top of my lungs. I love that. I love just getting all of my energy out. Ranting, I love making rant videos. It makes me clear my head. I like to think I'm kind of funny whenever I rant, and it's a good like stress reliever for me. And so I would say just screaming in my car, ranting about anything and everything. That's probably my favorite content to make overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's something you wish you learned before starting social media?
I wish I learned that everything happens for a reason, and that people are placed in your life. Like if they're supposed to be there, they're going to be there. That was probably one of the hardest things, like as I started growing in the social media space, was realizing that not everyone's there for you. They're just there for your success. You know what I mean? And it's kind of a hard pill to swallow. And I've had a lot of other like of my social media friends kind of deal with the same thing. It's a very common problem as people start blowing up. It's you don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to deal with people that were in your life that just want you for other reasons now. So I'd say I don't know. I've what was the question again? I'm trying to just spitballing right now.
Like any advice for anyone going in the industry?
Yeah, I would say just focus on yourself. Really just focus on what you want to do, and don't really let other people's outlooks and opinions really dictate what you want to do with your life. It's okay to be selfish in the social media scene. Just accomplish your goals,
Yeah. Where do you hope to be in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years. Well, like I said, I'm going to college now. I think education's important. I always have. So hopefully I'll be graduated if everything goes right, if I don't fail or anything. But yeah, hopefully I'll be graduated. Hopefully I'll have a job. 5 years, I'll be 24. I don't think I'll be married. I might be. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, probably just really starting like my adult life. That's where I see myself. Nothing too crazy.
What's your favorite social media app?
Probably TikTok. It's so entertaining. I just it keeps me up at night. I just lay in bed scrolling through my For You page. It's so funny. And I've seen a lot of people like compare it to Vine. I think it's way better than Vine.
Yeah.
Because Vine, everyone was seeing the same videos. And TikTok, it's kind of the same, but I prefer the videos that have like 10 likes that are just hilarious. You know what I mean? Those are the videos I look for. Those are the videos I die for. Those are great. So the fact that TikTok like incorporates those videos into my For You page, it makes it so good. It's so unique.
Those are like all over my For You page like all the time.
They're the best, I swear.
So
Awesome.
thank you so much for coming on. It was amazing having you.
Thank y'all for having me. Seriously. Hey, keep it up. I watched some of y'all's like Instagram snippets. I looked through y'all's Instagram before we came here, and I like what y'all are doing. It's pretty cool.
Thank
I'm not
you.
gonna lie. So keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Fangirls out.